In order to survive when the TV giants decide to go all out online, you're going to have a set of partnerships, alliances, and new content that constantly keeps coming into play. You can't be one site taking on TV. You have to be an established network of multiple sites of different niches and different genres, and you have to go at it together. You have to become a network online. That's what we're trying to do, and that's the only way you can truly become big online. You're not going to take on YouTube by yourself. You're not going to take on Hulu by yourself. You have to have a group of people that share the same passion and interest with you in order to do that.
I agree with you, but be careful when you say that's the only way.
Our whole plan is to become a network online.
I love that idea. I mean, we've talked about that a million times here, and I think there will be many networks online.
Yeah. But if they're competing against each other and trying to sabotage each other, that's what's going on right now with sites stealing people's talent, stealing other work, copying other work. You're not going to survive. They're not going to survive.
That's television. You just described television, man.
I don't think you're ever
learn to embrace that.
Yeah, you got to fight and just get in there.
I mean, we're dealing with something now, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, you're first in, man. Congratulations. And you're a guy that's constantly thinking like, what's going to be next month? What's going to be next month? That's what you got to do. Unfortunately, in the 80s, I can't believe I keep saying the 80s, but in the 80s, you had a model and it was good for 4 or 5 years at least, a decade.
I think it's going to plateau a little bit. I think there's going to be some defined ways of doing it, and I think there already are. There's YouTube.
What is that?
Well, it's a way of getting content onto the web and distributed to millions of people without, paying a dime.
So?
Well, it changed the fucking world, dude. I mean,
So?
For way better, man. For way better.
Show me the money. I mean, I come to work to make money. I don't want people to think, oh God, that's so horrible.
I'm not talking about leaning on YouTube to actually make you an independent producer money. I'm saying that the idea of distributing and digesting content online, YouTube, we have a tremendous debt to pay to those guys because they figured it out. They said, okay, this is how we organize content. This is how you post it into other places. This is how you post it into Facebook. This is how you do all this stuff. And people were like, I kind of sort of get it now. If my dad understands that I can look for videos online and I can put them into my Facebook page and whatever, those sorts of things are extremely valuable to what we're trying to do here. They're establishing.
But they can't even make money at it. They could go bankrupt, They
can't make money though because they have so many garbage videos on there that you have to sit there and look through 1,000 videos before you find that one good video. There's so much crap on there. No one's going to pay to advertise on that, so they're paying the hosting costs, they're paying the server fees, they're paying all that for crap videos, but they can't deny anybody.
I don't think that YouTube is getting out of business anytime soon, gentlemen.
They're losing $450 million last year, but the thing is their ads are all Google ads. They're not targeted ads. They're just basic Google generic AdWord ads. They don't have any full real sponsorships for most of the videos. Right. Maybe the top 10 people there have it, but after that it's just Google ads which pay you next to nothing.
Let's talk about this Blip TV and all that kind of stuff that you're doing.
They host our videos. We don't have to charge anything to have the videos hosted, and they pay us ads. I mean, they split the profit 50-50. Right now, we have a dedicated Starburst ad, and we have a Puma ad on there that pay us really well, and we're at the point now where we're getting really close to being sponsored on a month-end basis, which is going to be huge money. And with Blip TV, they do all the work for us. They are able to get us the sponsors, they're able to get us the ads, and if we wanted to, we could have our own team, and they'll charge us $500 for 100,000 views to have our ads that we get ourselves on the video. Mm-hmm. But the thing with them is, not only can you cross-post to almost any site you want to go to, they have a dedicated sales team there to help you out.
Okay, I got to shake your hand first off because I think you're one of the few people that is actually making a monetized amount of money from his content on the web. I probably am making some money from mine, but I can't monetize it like you're talking about. You probably are too.
We just launched Outworld.tv about 3 months ago, and we've just been working the kinks out. We're doing it slightly different than what he's doing. I think his model is a fantastic model. What we wanted to do is basically create an environment where we controlled everything completely, because we felt like a lot of our clients might be interested in not just entertainment models, but actually business-to-business communications and all kinds of different things that we could use our model for. And we needed to control that environment completely, because if we're doing a video for, a wine company and we use a free YouTube player, we use a Blip TV player, we use Vimeo or whatever, they potentially have the right to put advertising in there that might compete with the brand that we're talking about. So we couldn't go in confidently to any kind of client and say, we want to sell you this service, because we don't actually own the control of the media once we put it on that system.
You can always turn off ads though and then get your own ad network in there. It's just the point of getting your own ad network. That's the toughest thing now for anybody online. Right. Then there's also another way too. I mean, you also make a good chunk of money from donations alone. I mean, we had a big event where we've flown in 26 people from around the world. A guy came from Australia, a guy came from France, and they're all people on our site. And it was paid for by our donators. We had a donation drive for 3 hours and we got $15,000. And they didn't even know what they're doing. Like, it was going to be for a big event in April, I mean, it's going to be released on Saturday, so I can talk about it now because no one knew about it.
I don't get that. People just give money like just.
If they're
Like
interested,
the million pixel project too. It's like I don't understand how that works.
you have to get them involved in the site, and once they're involved in the site, 8% of our traffic is fully going on the site 10 times a day. Even if they don't have money, they'll still donate because they know it's a good cause. I mean, we also give them behind-the-scenes footage and blooper reels for donating, but
The whole point of this stuff is obviously your business model's got to make money. And yours has got to make money, and yours has got to make money. I've often thought about your network model. I love that idea because it just challenges television. I love it. And I like your concept because there's nothing quite like going to businesses. They have money to invest in these things, and you could generate a lot of dollars in that whole kind of model you're talking. And you know, Jens and I had another model once we were talking about, which was a sort of enthusiast type of model, which is kind of a little bit of yours and a little bit of yours actually. Programs like this, where you create an interesting discussion to enthusiasts, Harley owners, wine people, filmmakers, and these people would congregate, and once they're there, you would sell them products that pertain to them, have auction sites like Harley guys would love to swap and trade and do all this kind of stuff. It's not an 18 to 25 crowd that I'm talking about, so their concept of ads are different. With community building and social networking, this is the future of advertising for local business.
That's the main thing that we're talking to our potential clients and the new clients that we're in. There's a huge learning curve here, but it's not about creating one video that you put up on your Facebook page or whatever. It's about creating a video every 2 weeks. It's about creating a video every month or whatever it might on a continual basis that people can share and creates the audience around that brand. Not only are we selling production now, but we're selling production and we're selling creative. Most importantly, creative to a whole new delivery mechanism for advertising.
You're an agency.
Essentially, yes.
I mean, what we're trying to do here is, from the filmmaking aspect, just capture what works and what doesn't work. You say do the creative, you know, I mean, you could do lots of creative. I've watched so many of these restaurant videos now. Lots of them have them up on their websites. That's just step one. You know, if you have the video and you throw it up there, to me, it's useless. Step two is the big step, which is community building. You need to figure out all the people within 5 miles of your restaurant, somehow get at them through their Facebook or various groups or clubs or social, like, you know, schools put out.
This is where Facebook is so powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of those little ads on the right-hand column.
Exactly.
Create a Facebook fan page for X restaurant or whatever theme park or whatever business it is, and then you can say, I want to go and create a little thumbnail ad and I want to deliver it to people in that zip code who make this much money, who drive this kind of car, blah, 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 boom. And it sends it out to 100 guys in that community because there's only 100 guys that fit that criteria, and boom, that is like the most, it's amazing. It's amazing. It blows the cable model out of the water.
No, and in my thumbnail ad, I would either just show a beautiful plate of food or say, come watch our show. You know, don't advertise your restaurant. Do something that grabs their eye.
Or a group or something. Do you know about the social interactions of Facebook? Let's say you're a restaurant and you say, we're going to throw a party next week and we want people to sign up and whatever. So they sign up. If your friends sign up, if somebody in your friend list signs up, you can actually see a photo of them pop up in the little right-hand column, and boom, it's like, your friend's going to this stupid thing. You should probably go too. Click, you're going to click on it. It's your buddy. You know, it's like,
I love it.
It's an amazing tool for film distribution, for any kind of, like, you know, get your message out there kind of system, and nobody's using it yet.
You know, when you go to an ad agency, what are they selling? They're making 15% on these ads that they place. I mean, sure, they can, you know, everybody's talking, wow, how do we get ad agencies to, like, embrace the web and embrace, you know, a real strategic approach to a distribution of a product? And really, oh God, I'm going to get killed on this one, but really, they're shooting for television. Television's easy, man. You put it on television, you get 15%, we're done. That's how you make money.
Yep, it's simple, stupid, and then it's a system that's been around for so long that they you know, it freaks them out to even think about it. I have friends in the agency world, I'm not going to say which agencies or whatever, that flat out refuse to get on Facebook. And I'm like, this is the thing that's going to kill your business. This is the one thing that's going to come along and basically take the rug out from underneath your feet. And they just don't want to play. They just, no, it's not on television. It's not sexy. It's not, you know.
Well, plus with online though, you got a lot of barriers too. People want to see ads. Well, we only wanted the videos shown in America have the ads, but you're showing in 300 countries. I mean, you got people in Madagascar watching you, not just America. So you have to have your ads not only targeted, but you have to have your ads regionalized. You can't just sit there and put one ad to have it go over. What if their product's not in that country? So why are they paying for that? So there's a lot of hurdles with online right now that I think in the next year will start being solved. Just you still have a little bit more time before it does happen.
That's an interesting point, because that's something we're dealing with right now. Is we're talking to businesses that are local businesses. Their money is going to come in from people coming to a restaurant or frequenting a place in a local environment. These people are the kind of people that would go into the cable environment and drop hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in a local market to draw local business in. You can create a video about your bar or your business or your whatever it might be and put it up on YouTube and get 1 million hits. Well, you may be getting 1 million hits from Finland. That doesn't mean it's going to translate into business for you.
Yeah, 10 people coming.
Community building.
Right. So, but that is right there is like, how much is it worth? Because that's another thing that we've dealt with this with all of our products. And PrepWire was the most important one. We were getting 3,000 to 4,000 hits on these high school games out in Naperville and whatever. And they're like, oh, it's 5,000 hits, it's 10,000 hits, it's no big deal. Look at what's happening on YouTube. Put it up on YouTube and it'll get 1 million hits or something. And it's like, these numbers are like they kind of like, it's a double-edged sword. It's hard to justify having 10,000 hits when somebody else is getting 1 million hits, but it's 10,000 hits coming from a specific location of people in that neighborhood, it's targeted. And
I'd rather have 1,000 hits that were targeted. But really, every single thing we've been talking about here should be a conversation in an ad agency.
You know how many times I've invited that conversation to happen with all ad agencies in town?
Well, this is the future of advertising, and it's only good for 3 months, so, okay.